Hey everyone, if you're looking for the best Chromebooks in 2024, you've come to the right place. We've done all the research to bring you the top Chromebook options for this year, considering performance, features, and value for money. Stick around to find out which Chromebook is perfect for you. Check out the description box below for links to the best deals on these products. Our list isn't ranked, so be sure to watch until the end. Don't forget to like, comment, and share this video. Let's dive right in and get started. Number 1. HP Chromebook X360 Mini Laptop. If your laptop budget is under $500, chances are you'll do better with a Chromebook than a Windows PC. Take the $449 HP Chromebook X360 13B. It's not a status symbol, not that you'll find one at this price, but it's a capable online productivity partner with a 13.3-inch convertible touchscreen that flips and folds from laptop into presentation and tablet modes. It also packs a peppy 128 GB NVMe solid-state drive instead of slow, cramped eMMC flash storage. The 13B misses editor's choice consideration for being a bit short on memory and ports, but it's a likable consumer contender, even more likable on sale for $349.99 at this writing. You can upgrade the Chromebook X360 13B with a 256 GB drive for an extra $30, or a backlit keyboard for the same amount, but the $449.99 base model we tested is basically all the HP sells currently. The 1320 by 1080 pixel display has an old-school 16.9 aspect ratio instead of a taller 1610 or 3.2, surrounded by medium-thick bezels. HP cites an 80.3% screen-to-body ratio. The 128 GB SSD is ample for Chrome OS, though the 4 GB instead of 8 GB of RAM is a little skimpy. The CPU is a MediaTek Companion 1200, a 6nm ARM chip matching the Acer Chromebook Spin 513's Companion 1380, except that its 4 Cortex A78 performance cores peak at 2.6 GHz instead of 3.0 GHz with the Acer. The processor also has 4 Cortex A55 efficient cores and 5-core Mali G57 integrated graphics. Number 2. MacBook Air with M2 chip. 256 GB. After 14 years, 3 revisions, and 2 different processor architectures, the iconic wedge shape of the MacBook Air is now history. In its place is a MacBook Air with a completely new design that's the same thickness from front to back. Virtually every aspect of the new MacBook Air has been updated or changed. It's the biggest update to the Air since it originally debuted nearly a decade and a half ago. These kinds of changes are a big deal because the Air is the default laptop option for millions of people. Beyond that, the Air sets the standard for thin and light laptops that every other manufacturer chases. In addition to the design and hardware changes, this new Air has Apple's latest in-house processor, the M2. It also comes with a higher price tag. It starts at $1,199, $200 more than the model that preceded it, and a model with a decent amount of storage runs $1,499 or more. As a result, Apple is keeping the prior M1 model in its lineup specifically to provide an option for the many MacBook Air buyers that don't want to spend much more than $1,000 on a new computer. The M1 MacBook Air was, and still is, one of the most impressive laptops we've ever tested. Dieter Bohn called it a triumph at the time. That's quite a bar to live up to, and with all of the changes Apple made to the M2 model, it's fair to wonder if this new model can best the prior version. For the most part, that answer is yes. But as they say, the devil's in the details, and there are quite a few details to note here. Number 3. Lenovo IdeaPad Duet 2-in-1 Chromebook. The Lenovo IdeaPad Duet Chromebook is easily one of the biggest surprises of 2020 by far, at least when it comes to the 2-in-1 laptop market. This tablet-laptop hybrid packs a lot into its tiny frame: functionality, portability, and longevity. So while it's not without its flaws, none of its shortcomings can take away from the value you're getting. This is one of the best Chromebooks we've ever used. If you are a Chromebook skeptic, the Lenovo IdeaPad Duet Chromebook just might be the device that wins you over. The Lenovo IdeaPad Duet Chromebook is one of the two-in-one laptop hybrid to hit the market in 2020. But where others lack software support or sacrifice portability by loading up on more heavy-duty hardware, the Duet manages to strike the perfect balance between functionality, portability, longevity, and perhaps most importantly, affordability. Taking the utility of Google's Chrome OS and packing it into a 10-inch keyboard-enabled tablet, the Duet is absolutely one of the best two-in-one laptops we've ever seen for its price. There's even a case to be made that it's one of the best Chromebooks of the year. While Chromebooks on average get about 10 hours of life on a fully charged battery, the Lenovo Duet lasted nearly an entire day of looped HD video. And not the 9-to-5 workday plus a commute that people usually mean when they say their battery lasts all day. We're talking about an actual fully rotate the entire frickin' planet on its axis kind of day. We tried to kill it, we really did. We were really exhausted by the end. So when the battery finally gave up the last of its charge 21 hours and 29 minutes after we began our test, it could very well have been out of pity. All that battery life gives you a greater opportunity to take advantage of the Lenovo Duet's full access to the entire Android app ecosystem on top of all the other Google apps built into Chrome OS. Number 4. Acer Swift 3 Mini Laptop. The Acer Swift 3 14 2022 is a 14-inch Windows ultra-portable laptop. It's available with an Intel Core i5-12500H or Core i7-12700H CPU and up to 16 GB of memory and 1 TB of storage. There's only one display option, a 90Hz OLED panel with full sRGB and DCI P3 coverage and near-full Adobe RGB. Ports include 2 USB-As, 2 USB-C Thunderbolt 4s, an HDMI 2.1, and a 3.5mm headphone jack. It has Wi-Fi 6E wireless connectivity, a 1080p webcam, and a 56WH battery. The power button has an integrated fingerprint sensor for quick logins. You can see our unit specifications and the available configuration options in the differences between variants section below. The Acer Swift 3 2022 is good for school use. It feels well built and is very portable. Its OLED display looks incredibly sharp, gives you enough screen real estate for multitasking, and gets bright enough for use in well-lit settings. Although the keyboard feels spacious and tactile, it can be tiring to type on over an extended period due to its short key travel. It's available with Intel 12th Gen H series CPUs, which can handle nearly every type of workload. However, you can only get this laptop with integrated graphics, so it isn't ideal for students in technical fields that require lots of GPU processing power. Unfortunately, the battery lasts only around 6 hours of light use. Number 5. Microsoft Surface Go 3. From what I can tell, Microsoft intends the Surface Go 3 to be sold to two kinds of customers: kids and IT professionals who need a tiny computer when they're out in the field. I'm in the third category of potential customers: people who love tiny computers. For all three groups, the Surface Go 3 is a bummer. The Surface Go 3 is Microsoft's smaller-sized Surface tablet. It has a 10.5-inch screen and one fewer port than its larger Pro sibling, but otherwise looks very much the same. That means it offers the same excellent build quality and overall premium design as full-sized Surface tablets. It is a great-looking device that's often a pleasure to use, so long as you don't use it to do too much or need it to last very long. Once upon a time, if you could only spend a limited amount of money on a computer, You had to accept that it would be slow. Those times are behind us. You can get a Chromebook, an iPad, and even some Windows laptops for under $500 that will run circles around the Surface Go 3. Even the higher spec model that I'm testing with a Core i3 processor that costs $759.98 with the fancier Alcantara type cover. The Go 3 starts at $399.99 with a Y-series processor and a paltry 64 GB of slower eMMC storage and 4 GB of RAM. I can't imagine anybody using that edition for anything more than light web browsing. I've always said the Surface Go is a fine little computer if you understand its limitations and are willing to work within them. But by the third generation, you'd think Microsoft would have found a way to either remove more of those limits or provide better trade-offs for them. Unfortunately, neither of those things have happened this year. The long and especially short of this review is simply this: 4.5 hours. That's the longest I was able to keep the Surface Go 3 running in active use. One of the apps I was running was power hungry. That'd be Slack. Number 6. HP Stream 11.6-inch mini laptop. Equipped with an Intel Celeron processor and a cramped 11.6-inch display, the venerable HP Stream 11, refreshed several times in the course of its life, is one of the most bare-bones Windows laptops you'll find. We tested the latest $199.99 model for sale in 2021 with just 32 GB of local storage and 4 GB of RAM. It technically can't run some modern apps. If all you need is a portal to the internet and you must stick to a $200 budget and the Windows 10 operating system, the Stream 11 is actually a decent option. Otherwise, you'd do better to increase your budget to around $400 to get a more capable budget Windows machine, or expand your considerations to include Chromebooks. The HP Stream 11 is something of a remnant of the netbook era of the early 2000s, when there was a strong demand for smaller Windows XP-powered laptops with 11.6-inch screens and lightweight chassis. Tablets, smartphones, and Chromebooks conspired to send most netbook designs packing, but a few models have kept the faith through the rise of Windows 10 and are still available. The HP Stream 11 is one of them. It's been updated with a more modern aesthetic and contemporary niceties like HDMI and USB Type-C ports, but it's otherwise a rollback to the way budget laptop computing was in 2005.